This is Bishop Andrew Randall with this week's legal tip. Listen, clergy, pastors everywhere, it's important at this time of the year that you make sure that your church has you covered with respect to a housing allowance. Some may call this a parsonage. It is a deduction that's allowed under the IRS rules that covers members of the clergy with regard to the fair market value or rental value of the home in which they live or the actual mortgage in which they purchase. Now, what's important about the housing allowance for tax purposes is that it's generally excluded from gross income. What's also important, though, is that these things must be established by your board of trustees, executive board, board of deacons, or whatever governs your church authority, even if it's a congregationally led church. However, this is important. They cannot be applied retroactively. It can only be applied forward. That's why it's important before this year is up for your church to establish a housing allowance for you. In that housing allowance, you may also include property taxes, property insurance, utilities, mortgage insurance. Those things are important, but make sure you sit down with your church board and establish a housing allowance to protect you from tax issues in the coming year.